Welcome to the Lovecraft tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fantastical fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian, as Jack Whiteside in Dan Williams' body.
I don't like them apples, Kolchak.
Well, that's a callback.
Yeah.
With special guest, Zach, as Carl Kolchak Jr.
Jack's sidekick that's just waiting to get axed.
Oof. Hopefully there's no axes involved, because
machetes are
that'd
okay.
be terrible. Yeah, machetes are fine. I'm thinking sacrificial knives.
Yes.
You know.
Typically, I always see the new person go. I mean, how many characters did Matt go through?
Yeah.
Several.
We'll see.
Several.
All right, let's fire up the resonator to check for any new letters from beyond. Wabba wabba. On Twitter, at TechnoSkulls asks or says, as part of my immersion into Call of Cthulhu, I've been listening to Lovecraft tapes from the beginning. I like that they started in 1950s Hollywood rather than one of the default eras and regions.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I told him on Twitter too. I was like, I said, strap in, big guy.
yeah, it's a fun ride, I tell you.
What made you guys choose Hollywood?
That was a decision that those guys made. The first three players. I had originally intended for the modern setting all along because I'm much more compelled to do that. Because there are some historical things, and I'm just not a history buff, and I've never really been drawn to the 1920s or anything like that, the traditional Call of Cthulhu baloney. And so the 1950s was kind of fun because we knew that I am a fan of noir, and so I could at least draw upon those elements to make it interesting. I don't know, did you ever see back on HBO, probably about 20 years ago, with Fred Ward? There was a movie. Also, I think Dennis Hopper was in the sequel. And it was, what was it, Bri? A spell,
I can't remember the name of it.
Cast a Deadly Spell.
Cast a Deadly Spell, yeah.
Yep. And
Cthulhu-esque there?
Yes. It's straight out of Cthulhu.
Straight out, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. The 50s were fun.
Yep. And so I really liked that particular movie, and I knew that I could at least draw upon some of those elements and make it kind of cool. So, but eventually I turned them to me.
I think Hollywood was a great idea. I would have imagined Chicago at least, but Hollywood's way more awesome. You can, the whole set thing, the movie sets, that was a great role for that.
Yeah.
The feel I got from the 50s was like more of an innocent time. So when you're playing your character, you're not as jaded by society. So you can kind of be like, oh, well, this person is genuine, because why wouldn't they be?
Especially in that area of the U.S. too, because it was still just blooming. Everything was brand new.
Right,
it was a really cool idea.
Yeah, and it sort of worked. I mean, there was definitely a growing pains on the part of the investigators to divest themselves of modern expectations.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of that. And
can we call them?
Yeah.
That's actually every Call of Cthulhu game I listen to, including it's so funny. The players immediately like, crap, we forgot to coordinate where to meet and when to meet. And we don't have cell phones. There's no text messaging.
Yeah.
How do we even talk to each other?
Yep. And there was a great article.
I never played Cthulhu.
Yeah. There was a great article in Rolling Boxcars recently, last couple of days, where they were talking about the usage of technology within the game of Call of Cthulhu, and how that doesn't necessarily have to be a means of the investigators getting answers the best way. So they went so far to say, like, the cell phone is obviously the thing, the crutch that a lot of investigators use, and these are all the ways that can go wrong, and that was kind of a good food for thought. And a nice balm against that expectation where investigators think they can just get any knowledge whenever they want it.
Rely on that.
Yeah, I'll have to dig up the name of it. My friend just pointed out a really cool Call of Cthulhu story that takes place in semi-futuristic settings. Cyborgs, a little bit of, technology and things like that. But one of the characters downloaded the Necronomicon unknowingly into like a chip in their head. So they had everything, which meant they were like pseudo-possessed because they were the Necronomicon. And it was a really interesting idea that they had to get it out of their own body.
Nice. So yeah, cool. Let's move along.
Sorry. Yep.
No, that's cool. On Patreon, Barry Robinson. Sorry about that. On Patreon, Barry Robinson says, "Hello, gentlemen. I stumbled upon your podcast about 2 weeks ago and have been binging it ever since. I am not a podcast person, but you guys are fantastic. I love the characters and story, and I'm tremendously impressed with your role-playing range. The way Gabe transitioned from super obnoxious Roy to super deferential deputy guy was particularly inspired. I figured since I am currently 54 episodes in, I should probably become a sponsor. Yay. I also seem to really, really share Jeremy's taste in movies. All of your recommendos for movies are the same ones I tend to pick out on Netflix and Prime. Keep up the great work."
Thank you very much. And by the way, are you a pod person?
Not a podcast person, but a pod.
Not a podcast person, but a pod person.
Pod people. So yeah, I noticed Barry did become a Patreon supporter,
nice.
So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll continue to entertain. You're on 54 right now, and we're recording 89 right now. So you're just over the halfway mark.
So he won't hear this message for another week or two?
Yeah, probably like, 4
And how
days.
much he binges, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then, I mean, that's how long I plan on strapping him to the chair.
People are nuts, man. They binge this stuff like crazy.
Yeah.
It's I'm shocked and amazed.
Well, who doesn't want to hear all of your guys' voices all through the night while they're sleeping?
Right?
Not me.
Yeah. Right, guys? It's awesome.
All right. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, what?
Do you need a cure for what's ailing you?
Always looking for another cure that ails me. What ails me.
Wait a minute. You want me to ail you?
Exactly. I'm looking for new ails so I can get more cure.
I have the product that you will absolutely love, and it'll be the only product you'll ever need.
But what if I want two?
Well, you can own two.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll have to sell it to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
It's called Suckin' Root. It's the only root you'll ever need to cure all your ailments.
Tell me exactly, how does it work?
Well, it's a little difficult. It comes with a 43-page instruction booklet. We advise that you read the entire thing before putting the root into your mouth and sucking on it.
Well, at 43 pages, that should be the table of contents and then the answer to the life of the universe and everything.
Well, most of it, I'm glad you picked up on that. Most of it it just says on 41 of the pages, do not swallow.
Oh, okay.
But we want to drive that point home.
Yes.
So if you haven't tried it yet, Suckin' Root is the cure-all.
And how often have you used it?
I'm using it right now.
Oh, okay. That would explain the little muffled sound I'm hearing. Just let me know what the side effects then are of swallowing.
Zach, can you call for help?
Help.
It really hurts.
Nobody's coming.
Yeah.
Well.
And where can I get this this magnificent root of yours?
Zach, come over. It really hurts. You could get it out of my stomach. Oh. You can order it from any of your local pharmacies.
Oh, I just wanted to get it from you.
Okay, well, come over because it really does hurt. It's burning. So try it.
I will try it soon.
Suck it, Root.
Suck it, Root.
Suck it, Root.
And we're back. What'd you guys think of that commercial?
I want it. Oh, I already have it.
I want 3.
Well,
you don't need 3.
There's something about that product.
You always need 1 extra.
There's something about that product and their service that reminds me of my youth. The endless traipsing through obsidian swaths of emerald grasses at midnight, naked as the day I was born, smearing lightning bugs on my torso as my pupils opened wide, wider, and even wider still, until my eyes drank in the starshine like mulled wine, bright with futures unfulfilled, and the bittersweet promise of a long life and loves left on the roadside like ripe split roadkill. I bayed up at the moon, already lamenting the dead child inside, and now I am a wolf stripped bare, no fur, no teeth, cursed with worse than lycanthropy, doomed to that most heinous of nightmare conditions, adulting.
Am I supposed to cry or be really excited right now?
That, sir, is up to you.
Don't swallow it.
Now, dear investigators,
Yes,
we continue.
It's me, Margaret.
Chapter 9, Leapfrog. Previously
Leapfrog?
on the Lovecraft tapes. Days passed as the Dagon cult leader Cygnus and his consort Skinner questioned Jack Whiteside and violently interrogated Carl Kolchak Jr. Just when things seemed their most dire, hope emerges in the form of old Keijo, who risks it all to create a diversion. It's a race against time as the 2 investigators manage to sabotage some of the materials that will be used in the upcoming ritual. They then bolt for the hills, finding the quad runner Keijo hid for them, which allows them speedy escape to Horta. On the outskirts of town, they are surprised by a stranger in the night. Jack and Carl.
What? That's not a lot of info.
Just as your abandoned Polaris quad rolls down the embankment in a torturous squeal crunch of metal, and you discuss aloud your next move, footsteps approach from the direction of Horta, and a voice calls out from the darkness. Did somebody say Motrin?
Out of context, that's funny.
3, please. There.
Nice.
I took notes.
Nice.
Motrin. Oh, schnitz.
Not going to be caught off guard this time.
Get down, he's got Motrin!
Active shooter! Active shooter!
But yes, I could use some of that, good sir, if you have some.
How far away is he? You said
I didn't say.
Okay.
You didn't look.
I doubt he's screaming.
We're going to close our eyes and say, identify yourself.
Like I said, there's a voice calling out from the darkness.
Okay.
Nobody's home.
Who's there? I'm
Well,
going to say in a loud whisper, who's there?
And then in a very loud voice, someone responds, You mean to say you don't recognize my voice? And up walks this short, squat, dark-haired individual with a big bushy mustache who you completely do not recognize.
Okay, good.
And he's dressed up in what appears to be like a suit from the 70s, like a leisure suit, with a silk scarf hanging down almost to his knees. He has a big toothy grin with crooked teeth. And he says, Stephen Crumpet at your service.
He's looking for some of that root.
Mm-hmm. I'll give him a root.
And he shakes a little pill bottle. Yes, you look like you could use some Motrin, sir.
I look at Jack and go, is this a friend of yours?
I've never seen him in my life.
Oh. just very fortuitous that he's out here.
A little strange, if you ask me.
What are you saying? I can barely hear you.
Well, let's take his drugs and then we'll move on.
Out of curiosity, any like bang of dogs like off in the distance, motors,
Not that you
anything
can
like
detect
coming
this.
down the hill?
Well, go ahead and give me a listen roll. How's that?
Ooh. I will happily do that. And I failed with a 68 when I needed a 43.
What?
So yeah, you certainly don't hear any bang of dogs or sounds of pursuit.
Good. Yeah. We could definitely use some assistance there, sir.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Fortuitous.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you don't know him?
I don't know him. Why were you waiting for us?
Waiting. I was out on my constitutional. I do this every night.
Oh, you poop out here? You sick... Oh, I
If
stepped
the
in it.
need arises.
Or the steam. Oh.
Oh, that's afterward. Good one, sir.
Being one with nature, huh?
I am a force of nature, of course.
Who are you here with?
What? Why, the two of you, of course, my newfound friends.
Do you live in the town?
Well, yes, you could say that, yes. Why do you ask? And do you still want this Motrin?
Yes, please.
Well, here.
Right, so
and he walks up to you.
I'm going to push Junior up towards him.
And he shakes out a couple Motrin into your hand. And you
I
notice
kind of
that,
leave my hand there for a little bit more.
and he obliges. He gives you a little bit of a crooked
Nice.
grin. And you see among his pillbox, there are many other weird types of medications to be had. A bit stronger, sir?
If you can't tell, I'm feeling a little down today.
I see that. Is there a bad business afoot?
Sad pumpkin.
Who did this to you?
I fell down the hill.
Well, point me to the hill, sir, and I will take revenge.
There's no group of people that beat me up and questioned me for the last couple of days. It was just happened fall down the trail, which this nice guy saved me and brought me to town. I think we have better things to do.
Yeah.
Time
Do
pressing.
you know of a discreet doctor in town?
Why, you're looking at him.
Oh,
Can we go somewhere a little more private?
Well, of course. What did you have in mind? You have a look of fear about you, sir.
Well, yeah.
And by the
ever
way,
ridden
that
a
is an
quad?
ugly shade of blonde.
With a driving roll of 20? Terrifying.
are you still wearing like the cult robe and all that, or were you wearing regular clothes? I forget.
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, he's wearing regular clothes.
I think
Okay.
regular clothes, yeah.
He's dressed
He's
completely
look
as,
like
as,
Yeah.
Good.
with his ugly blonde platinum hair color.
Yeah, sexy. My roots are showing.
Yes, I can
Not
see
on my
that.
head.
You might need another application.
Well, I'm not
And
going to
soon.
apply for credit.
I'm sure you have a flask on you too, don't you?
Well, certainly you read me like a book, sir.
I just need somebody to wash this down with.
Of course, here. Now, it's a bit strong.
Rubbing alcohol.
I'm going to down the Motrin and take a good swig of the whatever's in the flask.
All right, go ahead and give me a constitution roll.
You're trusting.
You can't
And dead.
you can't feel much worse than I currently am.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, look at that! I needed a 60. I got a 41.
Nice.
So you take a big swig off the flask, and it is cooking sherry.
Oh, boy. Pretty
That
damn good.
Should take care of some of the bruising for a little while.
Right?
Yes, and should help with the hair on your chest.
I shave that every
How do
day.
you know if I have hair on my Yes.
Well, if you didn't before, you do now.
Are you Robin Leach? All right. I'm going to
I'm
say,
sure Gabe will get this.
yeah.
character.
Do you have a place we can go? Do you have a office or a home that we could go just to get him checked out?
Well,
I'm worried something's broken.
Oh my good Lord! Just simply from a hill?
You never know. There's rocks and then there are hills.
Well, I certainly hope it isn't any of those cultists I've been hearing about.
There's cultists up around?
Yeah, what have you heard about cultists being up here? I can't imagine cultists would ever come to such a nice island.
It's beautiful.
Well, I heard through the grapevine that there was a stowaway on a cruise ship, and cultists were after him. It sounded like a story to me.
That sounds like a story. I might have to write that one down sometime.
I highly recommend it if you're looking for someone to play the part.
I think he was a lot more debonair and younger.
Oh, I can play any range.
But he did like bed a 26-year-old hot rich woman too.
26, you say? Well, I'll have you know that I once trod the boards at the Globe. Well, okay, I was a little bit hard up for work, and the foreman let me work a day shift while they repaired the stage, and I found a fake beard in the orchestra pit. It totally counts.
I look closer. Are you still wearing the fake beard?
Oh, no, this is my stash. It's completely real. Go ahead, tug.
I go up and give it a tug.
And sure enough, it's very firm. Ah, you like the feel, eh?
I quietly lean in. Do you have a place we can go or not? I need to get him checked out.
Oh, well, of course. Follow me.
Beyond me getting checked out, Jack, don't we have some phone calls you need to be making?
That's what I was hoping for.
You need a phone as well?
No. We were just talking in our minds.
Oh, I do have a bit of a psychic flair.
And we don't need to phone but we do need to phone people.
Yeah.
Well, I know people, and you are welcome to use my phone, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Well, let's walk back into town, and I will take you to my apartment. My flat.
Oh.
So tell me, what brings you to Horta? You certainly don't look like locals.
A boat.
You don't say.
I just did.
What have you heard anything else about these cultists you were talking about?
Well, no, I heard they were up to something wicked. Of course, they're cultists.
Are you
probably
friends
up
with
in
them?
the woods, raping bears or whatnot?
Could be, or fish, whatever.
Oh, God.
They're probably French.
The fish?
They get up to some fun stuff, don't they?
Oh, blub, blub.
He's English, just trying to play it, I will definitely stagger along as quickly as possible to.
All right.
How far away is your home?
Oh, it's just a quick walk. Don't worry about it. We'll be there in a jiff.
We appreciate it.
Not a gif, but a jiff.
Is that faster than a tick?
Oh, just slightly. So tell me, what are your names? I'm Stephen Crumpet, as I mentioned. We wanted once again, and if you want an autograph, I'm here.
My name is Jack.
Jack, nice to meet you.
Carl.
Carl. That's a stout name.
For a stout man.
Oh, yeah, you're a bit slight. I bet your move rate is no more than 7.
But I can take a beating, evidently.
Yes, it's true, quite clearly.
When you're into it, I guess.
Hey, like I said, some guys pay for this.
Yes, well, I happen to notice there was marks on your wrists. Did the hill do that as well?
Maybe, and no cultist would ever tie somebody up and beat them.
Yes, those cultist hills are the worst.
And they have eyes. Oh, I'm gonna stay back a little bit from them
Where are
as
you
they're
going,
talking.
sir? Yes?
I just need to use the lavatory real quick.
Oh, good God. Savage.
Hey,
Why
we're
don't
all
we walk?
human.
Why don't we walk ahead? It takes me a little bit longer to walk along here. Tell me about you while you go do whatever you're about to go do.
All right, well,
I go hide in the bushes and just watch you guys walk.
so Carl, tell me about your travels. Where have you been? How did you get here?
A boat as well, but came here looking for some information, but ended up running into some very bad people when I tried to go up the hill to take some scenic photos up there.
Bad people? Do you mean hecklers?
No, I think it's those cultists you were talking about.
Oh, yes, those. I bet you they're hecklers anyways.
They did heckle me a while they beat me with big, heavy objects.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, it's very sad indeed. But don't worry. Steven's here. I'm here to save the day.
Steven, do you have any friends around here that are maybe powerful and influential?
Define friends.
The TV show that's getting pulled from Netflix. Oh, sorry, I'm peeing in a bush.
Are you actually peeing?
Not right now. I'm playing a game.
No, I mean, what's Jack's intent?
I would like to stick back a little and just listen to make sure we're not being followed.
Okay, why don't you guys give me a listen roll then?
Okay. What?
Huh?
I got it. I needed a 25. I rolled a 93.
Okay, all right. So, Carl, yes, that sounds very bad indeed. Which boat did you come in on?
I came in on...
Tickle me fingers. It's not the boat. I just want you to do that.
No. Actually, I thought the boat was in my notes here, but I guess it's...
I don't know if you had a name for it. I didn't see in my notes.
Well, actually, I didn't get a really good look at the name of the boat, so I'm not... It was a big one.
Oh, the big boat. People. Yes, that's all you had to say.
It was lots of tourists on there, but yeah, the bigger issue is we need to get down to the harbor as soon as possible. And
oh, I see.
We need a boat, a bigger boat than we currently have.
Well, most of the boats will be gone tonight, but in the morning, I'm sure there will be a fresh batch arriving. I'm assuming that you need some place to hide out until then? Are you being chased? Or are you quite loose?
I'm being chafed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whiteside. Are we moving too quickly for you?
Jack might have a better idea if we're being chased or not.
I'm catching up.
He seems to have more experience.
As I come up, I'm gonna lean towards Carl and say, "No luck."
No luck.
I couldn't pee. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It
was our voices. You thought we were watching you. You know. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, are you a bit shy? Yes.
I have a shy bladder.
Don't like an audience?
No,
I don't mind an audience.
I just have a shy bladder.
I actually prefer an audience. Here, watch this. And he walks up to the roadside and just whips it out and pisses all over the embankment.
Impressive, eh? And then I just wet myself.
I had about a quarter of a gallon of vodka earlier.
It smells it.
Yes, a bit of asparagus for dinner. Sorry about that.
And I just cut onions. Smell my hands. All the scents wafting.
All right, that's me then. Jack, let's continue.
Yeah, Jack, he was wondering if we want someplace to hide, but
we definitely what did we come up with about getting a boat? We need to get to the harbor and get a boat.
Well, as I just explained to your partner here, your buddy cop movie partner.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Yeah. The boats are fresh out until the morning.
All of them?
Not even like a
Pretty much.
speedboat or something small.
Rowboat.
Yeah, you want a rowboat on an open ocean? Doesn't sound very good. I'm sure you know the Azores.
Azores, yeah.
Azores.
Plane, helicopter.
Or even a dressed up helicopter. We don't care.
Yes, we don't have any plane helicopters here. They're all quite fancy.
Jet
No,
ski.
you're thinking of the airfield at the other end of the island.
I'll tell you what, if you have a place we could stay for the night, that'd be much appreciated.
Well, of course. I have an apartment, as I said, a flat. At the Moores condominium. Not to be confused with the Moops. The Moores.
Didn't your friend say we only had a few hours?
Who? What?
Jack.
Jack is
Where?
a friend? You have a note?
On the note from your friend, wasn't there something? Wasn't there like a really short time limit?
Keijo's note.
Or I thought somebody mentioned something about it being that boat arriving soon.
Oh, you might have that note because I gave that to you from the quad.
Oh yeah. Hang on,
Yes,
see.
that was in Cygnus's journal.
Yep. Sorry, I'm pulling it up right now.
Yep.
Gross.
Pulling it up.
Oh, just
Again.
because he whipped it out and pissed doesn't mean you have to.
Well, it's going to arrive by morning. I was kind of hoping we might have a chance to intercept it before it gets here.
Gotcha. The boat of the dead.
Actually, since I'm probably missing my watch, what time is it? Good sir.
It is approximately, let's say,
And they would think in 24-hour time.
yeah.
Let's see if you can
I'm
do
thinking
that
it's
now.
around 11:30 at night. How's that?
Oh, 2300?
2300.
What you said.
Our nation's the only ones that use that silly 12-hour clock
Yep.
thing.
We
Yes,
are.
exactly.
And inches.
And inches.
And feet.
And gallons.
Yeah.
Actually, remember the UK uses that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Because, everybody, the British Empire ran everything. Right,
Exactly. Carl, you're a man of the world.
good sir? But I would like to be a man of laying on a bed for a little while before
Of
the world
course.
ends.
Absolutely. Please,
Hell.
gentlemen, I'm happy to accommodate and be your host for the evening.
Again, we really appreciate it. Thank you, Stephen.
Yes. Now, do tell, were these so-called cultist hills in fast pursuit?
Honestly, we're not sure.
All right.
We were moving pretty quick.
All right. Well, follow me. And he sort of picks up the pace to let's say 1 second faster. He's not very fast. He's very slow.
I give a look over at Carl like,
I think this is just my pace right now. I'm good. I'm doing good right now.
yeah.
He's sort of like adopting a faux suburban housewife jog. He's got the arms going by his side, just high up, and he's huffing and puffing, trying to regulate his breath.
I'm just going to whisper to Carl, be alert.
What was
Don't
that?
let your guard down.
Will
Watch out
do.
for this guy. He's right there.
Carl, are you keeping up okay?
Doing fine. I do try to. I say really quietly, I'm like, you don't think
Oh my
he's
God,
one
now
of
he's doing
them.
something else. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You don't think he's one of them, do you?
I don't think so. I think he's scared to be here just as much as we are.
Okay.
That was all
You-
telepathic. He can't hear us over his masturbation. I mean, breathing.
I do this every night. Every night I'm out here. It's good for the heart.
A chunk of butter comes out. Like full piece of butter. It's a stick.
That'd be
And
fun.
within just, let's say, 10 minutes, you're back into Horta, which is a fairly modern city. It looks like it's maybe 20 years behind the times in relation to like Arkham or Boston or something like that. But it's actually pretty clean, well-kept streets. And you do see a few stray cats. You do see one small kid goat wandering the cobblestones.
What? There's a child goat?
A child goat.
Sign of the devil.
And it's crawling on the
They
ceiling.
taste good.
So,
It's
yes, they
crawling on the
do.
ceiling of the street.
And he takes you straight up to a very sort of basic concrete building that has a sign right outside that says "The Moors."
The goat does?
The goat does, yes. And Stephen says, "All right, we've arrived. This is my flat. Now you do look quite bad off, Carl. So if you will allow me, here are the keys. I am on the 14th floor." And I'm actually 1401. No, what's the what's the Stephen King? Is it 1402?
1407? Is it 07?
Is it Stephen King?
Stephen King, 1407 room. 1408. Damn it.
It's 1408. Just go inside, make yourself at home, and I will be right back.
No.
I'm going to go around the corner and get some medical supplies for you, Carl. And, of course, some medicinal supplies, if you know what I mean. And I will return shortly, and make yourself at home.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
I'll be back in a jiff. And he turns and starts doing his jog away around the corner.
Thank you, Stephen.
Jack, are you going to keep an eye on him?
I don't know if we should go in that apartment. Let me go up and check it out. You stay down here and watch 14 floors.
Wait, is there an elevator in the lobby?
There's no elevator on this island, is there?
You're outside on the street right now.
Okay, so let's head in.
Go inside.
Yeah.
Let's at least get off the road street.
Yep.
Okay, and it's like one of those typical apartment front pieces where it's basically just all glass. You can see.
Okay.
There's the main door. There's little buzzers on the side to buzz up people.
Oh, this is a nice island.
Inside the vestibule you can see beyond the front doors. Like the mail room or whatever, the mail slots, and then beyond that is a larger lobby, and that's what you can see from standing outside the street.
No doorman?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. I think we should just both go in, and we can go up there, but I think you should go down and check out the apartment.
Let's see if there's an elevator. So we're gonna head in.
Okay. You go up to the front door, and it is locked.
I try the key.
Yeah, try the keys.
So you're fumbling around with the keys, trying to get it to fit. It doesn't seem to
70
fit
keys.
into the slot, although there is a keyhole, quite clearly.
The hand on all the buzzers, right down the...
And as you're fumbling with the key and messing with the buzzers, you see a shadow approach from within the lobby.
Okay.
Get him, Jack.
And it passes from the lobby closer and closer and closer until it gets to where the vestibule is, opens the door to the vestibule, and you see a very thin, gaunt old man.
Ooh.
And his face is gray and colorless. He has no laugh lines whatsoever. He just has a unblinking stare. And he reaches
the undead are here. Shoot him.
He reaches the vestibule and then opens the door and stares down at you and says, "May I help you?"
Good evening, sir. We're guests of Stephen Crumpet's.
I am sorry, but one does not simply walk into the Moors doors.
We could skip or jog if you prefer.
Oh, did you say Stephen Crumpet?
Yes, sir.
Very well, then.
Is he an X?
It's a trick. Get an axe. And he
What?
stands aside and allows you in, watching you the entire time.
Excuse me, do you have an elevator?
Yes, sir. Please walk in to the lobby. It's on the right.
On the left, got it.
Might be undead.
You know what?
I heard that, and I am not undead. I get that a lot.
He's actually dead. It's not.
He's a protector for the vampire, Steven. How are you this evening, sir?
Splendid.
And what was your name? I didn't catch it.
I'm Jeeves, of course.
Can I ask you a question?
Why would it be anything else? Why would my mother not pick any other name?
For all that sighing, I swear to God, you were going to say Kiff.
Yes, what question would you like to ask me? The bathroom is around the corner.
Oh my God, are you psychic?
Yes, I have a flare.
He gets shy, so he needs the bathroom.
Yeah.
I would like to go hit the elevator, though.
Well, you
Please
should
don't
just
hit
stand
it.
in
Just stand in it. Push the button. It will take you to your floor.
Give me a second, Carl. I'm quick.
You could just do that in the elevator.
Not again.
So I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and relieve myself. And as I do, I'm going to, as I'm washing my hands, I'm going to look at the keys and see how many keys are on the key ring.
Awesome. And then what are you doing in the meantime, Carl?
Listening at the door.
I'm going to...
Strong stream.
Do I smell asparagus?
I'll keep back out of the lobby, sort of like wherever the elevator is,
Yep,
if I can
right
keep
there.
an eye on. And I'm guessing Jeeves is standing there watching me the whole time.
No, actually, he seems very uninterested in you and
Good.
wanders back to a little post. There's like a little alcove where he sits and reads a newspaper. And you can see a TV playing in the background, sort of playing a black and white at very low volume. Looks like maybe I Love Lucy or something like that.
Well, perfect. Just like every adventure game, I'm going to run my cursor over everything and see what I can pick up. And if nothing pops up, I'll just wait until Jack comes back to the elevator.
All
He
right.
just starts stealing.
But I will call the elevator down now.
Okay.
So it's waiting for
Come
us.
here, elevator.
Gotcha. So the elevator comes down, and
go.
you start to. Why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden there,
Press it.
Carl? Since
Okay.
you're using
Ooh,
your
I can
cursor.
do those.
Well,
Or not.
spend your luck if you got it.
Yeah, I was just looking. I can't remember how much I had. And there we go. Yeah, might as well. I'll spend the 7 luck.
Okay.
I have 49. I'm down to 42, which I think is more than anybody else in the game.
I've got 13, so I'm close.
So you needed an 80. You rolled an 87. You're using 7 luck.
Yep.
And so you're standing there in front of the elevator waiting for it to come down. You can sort of hear out in the distance, off in the distance, someone pissing in a urinal. And
That's a crappy thing to waste a spot roll on.
Right, exactly. Well, hey, you did it, buddy.
There it is.
There it is. And so you notice a couple things, actually, that when the elevator does arrive, it is very ratty, sort of run down. You're starting to see the chips and the tears in the carpet and the missing pictures on the walls. So you're starting to get the impression that this probably isn't the best high-class condominium run. And you do notice that, indeed, Jeeves is watching, if only obliquely, I Love Lucy. But it appears to be in a different language. There are subtitles in the at the bottom of the screen that you can just barely make out. And he is reading the newspaper, of course, but you can see that he's primarily paying attention to the comics.
Out of curiosity, is there anything interesting on the front page since he's, I'm assuming, holding it up?
There is, yes, there is a article that says something about The
New cult in
mysterious
town, friend or foe?
disappearance of Tristan da Cunha.
Ooh.
Island disappears is the headline.
Shit, okay, I was gonna ask something else.
Indeed.
Smack the paper out of his hands.
I think I suddenly remember a story too of something that happened in the 50s in Hollywood, and maybe we want to avoid the elevator.
A phone begins
It's
to
just
ring.
something I kind of thought of. Oh, sorry.
Are you talking to Jeeves? I'm still
No,
peeing.
I'm just talking out loud. I'm kind of structuring the story in my head.
want to.
Hey, Jace. And suddenly you
Actually,
hear-
I just want to go over like whenever Jack starts coming down the hallway,
Uh-huh.
I just want to go over and like kind of grab the front page of the newspaper, just kind of like pull it so I can start reading the story as we get into the elevator to go up.
All right.
Just like leave the rest of the newspaper
Sure.
in his hand.
Awesome. So yeah, Jack comes out, and you sort of scoot on over while Jack holds the door to the elevator, and you yoink. You gotta say yoink though.
I'm going to yoink the newspaper.
So you yoink the newspaper, the headlines, out of Jeeves' hand, and he barely looks up and just goes,
I've had that day.
So did I ever see how many keys are on the key ring?
3.
there are
It was that
one
whole time.
key on the key ring.
There's one?
One key's on the key ring.
It took a long time to count.
Yeah, I'm slow.
Well, your vision's a little blurry from all that.
One
you know?
key. Then I drop it. Damn it. Must start over.
Mustardo. What?
Ver.
Or you drop the rest of the keys in the toilet while you're pissing.
Oh, that's what it was.
And you
Just
pop into the
pee.
elevator
Nice.
where you see 14
One button.
floors, 14 boards.
It says
buttons.
14. All right. First, I'm going to look for 13. See if there's a floor 13.
There is no floor
I
13.
knew it.
No button 13.
Number 14 is 13.
So should we go to 15 to get to really the 14th?
There is no
floor?
15.
14.
14's
Oh,
the top.
I think we should go to 12 and then hover through the floors up. Astro project.
We could go out somebody's window and then climb up the outside of the building.
Oh, that's
back
true.
in.
But what if the
Way
statue
easier.
has boobs on it?
Oh, that's what we
On
like,
the outside
though.
of the building.
Gives you something to hold
then-
on to.
Then the lady sees us and they call the police.
Oh.
Frank Drebin. Okay, so
And
We're
the whole way up
just,
the
as we're
elevator.
talking, I'm just going to hit 14.
The whole way up the elevator, I'm reading this article and criticizing how poorly it's written.
Nice.
And like, oh my god, I can't believe a spelling mistake actually published in this
I can't
crappy
even.
local paper.
It's
Yeah.
YOU apostrophe RE.
If only it was an online paper where they have much more time to edit.
And have spell check.
Oh, yeah, all that. All that
Yeah.
good stuff, which can only improve journalism.
Yeah.
Just wait until
Listen.
newspapers start printing UR.
And you guys reach, actually, before you reach the 14th floor,
I keep pressing the door close button so nobody gets home.
no one can ever get
Never
on.
works.
You do notice, because you spent the luck, there is a small blurb on the sort of continuation of the headline story that does mention something about a search for the body of a missing FBI agent, Roy Arroyo, in Arkham, Massachusetts. Sort of like one of those strange mysteries of the world.
Yeah.
And is it with the disappearing island or a different article?
Different article altogether.
I'm like, what the hell? So a whole island goes missing, and then one FBI dude in Massachusetts. Who the hell reads this crap out here?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yep.
What FBI agent? What are you talking about?
Some guy with a really dumb name, Roy Arroyo.
Give me that. I rip it out of his hands. I shove him against the wall. Put this gag in your
Kiss him
mouth.
passionately.
Smack.
I love
kiss,
you too, man.
Smack again. No, I let me see that. And I take a look at the little blurb.
And again, it's basically details the disappearance of the recently deceased Roy Arroyo, FBI agent at Boston FBI headquarters, who was laid to rest in Christchurch Cemetery. And the following week, his body was stolen.
Carl Jr.
Yes, Jack Dan.
That was my partner.
Not the one you're inhabiting right now, right?
He's my.
Oh, okay. That's sorry.
And this is my other friend, Billy. Oh, yeah, Billy. Talks with my hand, thumb over the fingers as a mouth.
This is usually my girlfriend, not my friend.
No, this is my friend. Your girlfriend's your hand.
Oh.
You can't have Billy.
No, I'm going to say. I'm sorry about
Billy
your friend,
can't talk
man.
right now.
What happened to your friend? Or your partner?
I have no idea. Like I said, we were all together on that other island.
What other? This island?
No.
The one that I'm pointing at the headlines
Hakuna
that
Matata.
disappeared?
They were on the Azores, not the Azores.
Right? Yeah. Wait, let me see that article. What the what?
Jack, let me just tell you about this interesting invention that came out many, many decades ago called the newspaper. There's usually a lot of interesting facts there.
Newsed paper?
Just news. It's new.
I'll tell you what.
It's an N-word. Basically an N-word.
The last thing I remember
Nickel
is being on top of an island in a dormant volcano. And then I was here. And that was 3 days, however many, day and a half ago, 2 days ago. Oh,
does it have when? I apologize if you said it. How long ago they say the FBI guy died? Does it have like the date?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Paper might be old.
So the paper itself.
Don't you hate when players ask you those hard questions?
No, I've got it though. So the paper itself is dated,
printed on lambskin. No.
October 28th.
Uh-huh.
What do you think I made this whole thing, buddy? October 28th, 2019. However, it's quite clear by the tone of the articles that this both the disappearance of the island and the disappearance of the FBI agent, which are completely unrelated and not being drawn parallel within the articles, actually different authors, they had happened in the past. So they're not explicitly dated. They're almost speaking about these incidents as if they had been spoken about it in previous articles. So you don't really get a great timeline for that.
And this is why this author is really crappy, because you should always put a date in there.
Right.
Just so you know, going through journalist school.
I'm just nodding like I understand.
And you always put somebody's age in there because people love to read about ages.
Always put salt in your eye.
Always put salt in your eye. And as Carl is explaining this to Jack, suddenly the speaker overhead in the elevator crackles slightly.
And we hear a sigh.
And you hear music start to seep in.
Nice.
Why don't you go ahead and give me
running down the walls.
Intelligence roll? I think that's appropriate.
Seeping in. Intelligence.
Jack, can you shoot it?
I'm going to try as soon as I can find
Roy.
intelligence. Got it.
Hoo-hoo. I needed a 65. I got a 3. It's an extreme.
I needed a 50. I got a 50. I successed.
So, Jack, it takes you a minute, but Carl actually elbows you in the ribs.
I knew it.
Because, Carl, you recognize it right off the bat. It's a music version of Eruption by Van Halen.
Goes right with a volcano.
Oh, I was actually thinking of my nightlife. Like the volcano thing works too.
The pustules or the
What like comes before that?
I like the nightlife
in the disco.
Sorry, we're a little giddy tonight.
We're super giddy. Okay.
We're going giddy.
And then the elevator dings, and you arrive at 14th floor. The doors open, and there is Steven standing right outside.
I've ever been on.
Mm-hmm. And he's huffing and puffing. He has 2 grocery bags.
What?
What took you so long?
You're an 8. But in actuality, you're a 10.
Why, thank you, sir. I get that all the time. Follow me.
Best pickup line ever.
And he struts down the hallway towards 1408.
Oh, but you still have the key, right?
I still have the key, so let's push him down, take his groceries, tickle him.
And then lock him out.
Oh, I guess we could do that if you want to be mean.
Well, we can go through all this stuff before he comes in.
I just wanted to tickle him.
In case he was going to kill us on the inside, I'd like to know.
Would somebody mind getting the door?
Yeah, I'll go up to the door.
Jack, why don't you go get the door for him?
All right, I'll go get it.
Good Lord.
It's Roy! This is Body.
I hope Jeeves did not give you any trouble.
No, he wouldn't let us ask anything, though.
Why him? He's hilarious.
He didn't seem to be too fond of you.
Oh, that's him being funny. He's quite the cod.
He was rather lively.
Yes.
No.
Maybe.
All right, so I'm going to go up to the door, and as I'm getting ready to slide the key in, I'm going to turn my head and just listen at the door.
Go ahead and give me a listen.
What?
What?
It's not going to work, but I figured I'd play inside. It oh! Ooh. I needed a 25. I rolled a 17. I successed.
And so you press your head against the door, your ear pressed against the plywood, and you're concentrating, your eyes closed. You can hear what sounds like...
You have pod people in there.
And you open up your eyes and you see Steven staring into your eyes, his ear also pressed against the door. What do you hear, Jack?
I reach up with my thumb and part his stash and lean in.
Well, I hardly know you, and this is hardly Club 52.
I pull him back from the door a little bit. Steven, what do you have in there? I hear bubbling.
Oh, that's my fish. My God, I forgot to feed them today.
Okay. All right, so I put the key in and I open it up and let him go in first.
He rushes in. He practically drops the 2 bags he's carrying.
All right, I'll grab him.
Oh, Sophie, I hope you're okay.
I'm okay.
I'm not sure if I trust... They're only allowed to be called Wanda.
Wanda.
And you see him rush in towards a fish tank against the far wall.
He's rushing?
It's a very small fish tank. It's like, the size of a small chest cooler. And it's inside is a monstrous catfish.
Rutabaga.
Which is totally out of... I mean, it's almost doubled up inside the fish tank. It looks very, bloated and kind of, overfed. And indeed, Steven grabs, a big jug of some powdery substance and just starts...
I'm quiet. Stop shushing me. Filled up. This sucks all the water up.
There you go, Sophie. Too. That should help. Now then, boys.
Is that our dinner?
What's the plan? No, good God, not Sophie.
No. The fish food.
Probably tastes like shit anyways. I'm sorry, shite.
Yeah, what you eat?
I motion for Jack to go first.
Show me that motion.
Where are you going?
That's the worst motion in the ocean I've ever seen.
Now, Carl, you park yourself on the sofa there. I've got quite the thing for you.
I'm going to put the grocery bags on the counter in the kitchen.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Bust out the
dance moves?
tequila, please, and the dance moves, if you don't mind.
So we're not going to save the world. We're just going to get drunk and party.
We're not Scott Pilgrim.
We could do both, actually.
Nice.
All right, let's see them wounds. Take off your shirt. Come on, Carl. Don't be shy. Weird. That's Jack's gig.
I start putting the ball gag in my mouth. It's wide-eyed.
Yeah. Take the shirt off. I probably have covered with bruises.
If I'm going to do it, we're all going to do it.
Once you get back to the mainland, I might suggest a gym. Any gym will do.
Yeah, let me give you a name of a friend. Jim.
I know quite a few gyms.
Confirmed bachelor, are we?
Oh, yes. The stage calls and I answer. I once played Othello for the Queen.
To run lines with you sometime.
Of England?
Well, okay, it was the board game Othello, but I beat that Greenwich Village drag queen fair and square.
Nice. I love Greenwich Village.
I do as well. I miss it. Well, those bruises don't look very nice. Are you sure there's no internal bleeding?
Didn't you say you're the doctor?
PhD, technically.
I play one on TV.
Although, yes, I did play one in a 3-part miniseries. This was back in the 80s, of course, when there were miniseries. I think it was called Lonesome Pigeon.
Maybe I should patch myself up.
Oh, as you wish. Jack, how is that tequila coming?
Do you want some?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I can use some too.
I could be sure that Carl here probably needs a good shot as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through his cupboards and try to find close as I can to a shot glass, if not just some tumblers.
Sure, and you find a very mixed-matched variety of glasses. Absolutely none of them match.
Nice.
And they look like they've seen better days.
Perhaps before you have a drink, you should make a phone call.
Me? Who am I going to call?
Ghostbusters. Boo.
That's only a movie. A movie that I once tried out for.
That would solve all of our problems.
It could, or it could create more.
Well, no, we just got to let whatever comes over, and then they can stop it.
Who's they?
Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters.
Oh, all right, good.
It's their job.
I'm going to... do you have a phone book? I need to look up Peter Venkman.
A phone book? Who uses phone books anymore?
I don't know. Phone people?
Actually, dumb question. Do you have, Dan's cell phone on you?
No, I think that was removed. Let me double check, though.
Well,
Missing cell phone, switchblade.
There are no such thing as dumb questions, and I have a few numbers of dance floors.
Nice.
Studio 52, if I...
Excuse me, I was holding that previously. All right, refrigerator is icebox to see if he has any ice.
He does. Yep, there is a ice tray that appears to have about 6 cubes left in it.
I'm gonna take two of them out.
Fill that.
2 of them out. Put them in a tall glass. Pour a shot in of tequila. Shake it around a bit. Put my finger over it. Pour it into another glass and repeat that 3 times so it's a little bit chilled. Tequila.
Okay.
In each of the glasses.
Oh, I see.
Bring it in. Set it down for each of us, and I'm gonna. Cheers.
Cheers to newfound friends.
No, the TV show Cheers.
Oh, Cheers. I love that show.
Yeah,
I once tried out for that show.
I'm going to do my shot. Clink, clink, clink. Do my shot. And can I use your phone?
Well, absolutely. How about it? It's over there on the kitchen wall.
I pick it up and take the receiver off.
No, it's actually a corded, and it's in the shape of a football.
Oh, nice. Not a hamburger.
No, it's football.
Oh, wow. Yes,
I won't say that
Klondike
was
457.
I won't say that was payment, but it was payment.
All right. So when I get a chance, I'm going to meander over the phone and attempt to call the F to the B to the I.
All right. And Carl, while you're doing that, or Jack, while you're doing that, Carl, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to patch myself up as best as possible. At least the other 4 ice cubes that he has, I'm going to try to put on the worst bruising. And if there's any cuts or, scrapes or whatever he happened to buy, if it is bandages and hopefully rubbing alcohol or whatever, going to patch myself up.
Yes, actually, he brought a few things from what might have been the convenience store that just happened to be open around the corner.
One of those health kits that I can just inject and get like 100% life all of a sudden.
No, he brought probably like 6 or 7 full bottles of booze. Maybe the low grade vodka could act as a rubbing alcohol. And the bandages that he brought were a roll of Ace bandage. It's just like one simple roll, the kind that sort of sticks to itself, and it's nice and tan.
And a sock.
And a box of blister Band-Aids. That's what he brought back.
Actually, I used the Ace bandage to hold those 4 ice cubes on whatever is the worst spot.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and basically you're in relatively bad shape, but your wrists hurt tremendously, obviously.
But what did they do to me?
Your wrists, they beat you about the head, breast, and shoulders. No.
I just figured it was self-abuse. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right. Well, you are used to it. Your head actually is a bit lumpy, but you're kind of used to that. So you've been knocked about the head, breast, and shoulders quite a lot. You got a big red shank around your neck. So it is really your wrists and your shoulders that are getting the worst of it. The handcuffs have sort of bit into the flesh in your wrists, so that's probably the worst of the bunch. Otherwise, you're actually pretty tough. You're almost like rubbery. It's weird.
I'm used to taking
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong.
You're leaking corn syrup, sir. Bandage that up.
Bandage it up.
Now you know I'm an alien. I'll have to kill both of you.
Finally.
And as you patch yourself up the best you can, Stephen is watching you intently and sort of giving you a wink and a smile and drinking his tequila and refilling his tequila and putting a splash of tequila into the fish tank and refilling your glass and refilling Jack's glass.
Nice.
He's being the consummate host.
Yeah. He's trying to get us drunk so he can take advantage of you.
Well, Jack,
I make sure that my belt goes on even tighter.
It's quite clear to both of you, because Jack is an FBI agent and Carl is just a very astute reporter, that Stephen is probably more engrossed in himself getting drunk than anything else.
Yeah, I'm letting him drink. I'm not drinking with him.
But that's not as fun of a story. Carl's like, I'll help.
One time I was dancing with Clooney at Studio 54. No, I'm sorry, 52. It's just down from 54. And we danced the night away.
Mikey
It
Clooney.
was glorious. Georgie Clooney, he floats.
Hey, Steve, do you have a cell phone or a computer I could borrow?
Oh, I don't believe in those technological wonders of the world. Plus,
Steven, they're real.
I don't want anybody tracking me, if you know what I mean. There was spies
Just a
and
figment
cultists.
of everybody's imagination.
What do we need? We have the
book?
newspapers. We have a phone here on the wall in the shape of a football. What more could you ask for? More tequila.
Does he have a couple newspapers laying around?
Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
No, I needed a 42. I got a 51.
Spend the luck of your luck.
It seems like he either does not have anything lying around that you can tell, or he's tucked them away, or
He's a tucker.
the maid just cleaned.
The maid.
Yes, have you heard about my maid? She has a thing for me.
Are you
What was the thing, a knife?
No, I think it was between her legs.
That's what I was waiting for.
A knife?
Yes, that's what I meant, yes. More tequila, Jack.
I'm on the phone. Give me a minute.
Yes, how is that going, by the way?
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, shoot, you got to turn this thing. How does this work?
FBI.
IBF.
What's your code?
42.
42 is no longer in service. What's your new code?
I have no new code.
Please give us a vocal imprint.
Jack Whiteside.
Denied.
Dan Williams. That should raise a flag.
Denied.
Shit, what was the FBI agents? I don't remember what my...
Click,
that was
click.
a long time ago. Are you kidding me? That's not right. I don't remember what my after Skinner, what the person that's in charge is. I don't remember their name.
Are you having trouble, Jack?
Give me a minute.
Perhaps more tequila would
Give
help.
me a minute.
Where are they?
I don't even know where I would find that. It's from like 5 missions ago.
Well, he's a bit busy. How about you, Carl? Would you like something else to drink? You don't seem to be touching that tequila very much. More Motrin? I have something a bit stronger.
I'm trying to make it last. No, it's I should be fine.
Okay, it's just this med kit. I guess you don't need it. 100% out the window.
I need a sanity kit at this point.
Oh, I can't help that. I'm sorry.
Actually, I forget. Did you ever mention that Skinner was ex-FBI?
I mentioned nothing of the sort. Sophie, did you say something about Skinner?
That's the fish. There's no water. It's full of food and tequila.
And fish, no water. But when we talked, did you ever tell me Skinner was your ex-boss?
I don't think I said. I might have said no. I don't think I did.
Okay.
No.
I need each of you to give me a Constitution roll, please.
I didn't even poop today.
Yeah, that's why.
Constitution. I need a 70. I rolled a 67. I sucked my cess.
I needed a 60. I got a 55.
Nice. So you're starting to feel a little bit sleepy. It's probably around 12:30 right now, and you guys have had a rough day.
This is a normal day for Jack, though, right?
Is it though?
No.
Kidnapped, shot in the face. This seems like a normal Jack day.
Okay, I'm going to just take a minute. Is there a room I can go into just where it's quiet?
Well, yes, of course. Use my bedroom. There's hardly any action in there.
Thank you. I'm going to go in there and just try to clear my mind and think of what I need to do procedure-wise when calling into the FBI so they patch me through to somebody that can hear my issue.
All right. Carl, what are you doing in the meantime?
Well, since he's not using the phone, it's about midnight now, I'm guessing, roughly, which would put it about... Oh,
12,
sorry.
Yep, 12:30.
That's actually perfect, because that means it's about 6:30 in the evening on the East Coast. I'm going to use his phone to call my editor and boss.
Nice.
All right. And who is your editor and boss?
That would be Mr.
Skinner. No.
Tony.
Tony?
Tony Vincenzo.
Tony Baloney Vincenzo.
So yes, Steven goes, oh, no, Carl, don't move. I'll bring the phone to you. And he grabs the football phone and brings it all the way. The cord stretches like 30 feet all the way over to you. There you are.
Good old days.
You just take care of yourself. That's your first priority.
I think I've only read about these.
In Sports Illustrated?
It's quite rare.
I don't even think they give anything like that away anymore.
No, why would they? It's priceless.
Surprised they don't make a football cell phone.
Oh, trust me, I've checked.
I would like to Massachusetts. To my boss.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a luck roll to see if he's in?
Damn you.
Uh-huh.
Damn you, boss.
Haha. I needed a 42. I rolled 26.
I love his laugh. Ha
ha! It rings once, and Tony picks up. What do you want?
Tony! It's Carl.
God, what do you want?
Yeah. Tony, I'm working on a story, and I need your help.
There's a surprise.
A little over my head this time.
Oh, wow.
Tony, I just need your help.
Where should I send the money?
Actually, I need you to reach out to anybody you know in the State Department.
The State Department? For what?
Come on, because I'm working on a story here, and we need some assistance.
All right, what kind of information do you want?
I
can have them wire that to you, no problem.
Actually, bad stuff is going to happen on this island, and I think there's a military base nearby, and they probably need to know that bad stuff's happening.
Wait a minute. Are you in Jamaica again? I'm not footing the bill for another goddamn red stripe parade.
You're making me crazy.
Nope, just stop being the end of the world, Tony. That's what I do.
Oh, well, yeah. Why would I think anything different?
No, small army of cultists, things that are bad here.
Yeah. Okay.
Tony, you're going to be a hero if you make that phone call.
Oh, yeah. God, how many times have I heard this thing? Hero, you say.
Like 3, maybe 4.
God, you're just like your dad.
I hear that often.
All right. Who do you want me to call?
Pretty much reach out here and get us a boat as quick as possible.
Oh, okay.
And maybe even evacuate the island.
All right. Which island am I evacuating today?
Sorry, I forgot the name of it already.
Microsoft customer service? What am I evacuating today?
Have you tried booting up your island from the get-go?
Damn it. Roll 20.
It will be shut down, that's for sure. But it will not reboot.
Come on, cooperate.
Cooperate.
Oh, it was behind it, right? No. There it is. I'm on the island of... Son of a hell.
English, please.
Island of Fail.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
It's I think it's Island of the Flower. It's ILHADOFAIAL.
Got it. Rose Island. Got it.
Pedophile.
Island of Jeffrey Epstein. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, it's in the Azores chain. So as soon as possible.
Got it. Azores. Okay, no problem. All right, I'll make some calls. Anything else? You want some artillery?
Hey, Steven, what's your phone number here so I can give my boss your number?
It's 6.
Call Horta and ask for number 6, and that'll get me on the phone, I guess.
All right. Yeah, all right. Whatever you say, Carl. Just take care of yourself and get back in one piece, would you?
Of course. You know me. I always will. If you make a phone call, I might survive this.
This story better be good. Better be worth it.
Hey, if you don't, we will both be in hell probably.
That sounds good right about now. See you,
I'll
Carl.
bring the drinks.
Click.
Okay, Jack, I made my one and only phone call. I know what to make.
Jack, you hear some mumbling out in the other room. You're not quite sure what it said, but you're trying to concentrate on.
All right, so I'm constipated. I mean, concentrating.
Yep.
Okay, what do I have to roll to
I'm going to
remember
need each
what?
of you to make a con roll, please.
All right,
And with go ahead. Wait for Carl.
I got an 81.
Yep, I know.
That would only take you down to 2 luck, you know?
And now everyone knows. Is it not coming through?
I don't see Carl's yet.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's going to see if we're drunk.
I need a 60. I rolled a 66.
Okay.
I failed as well.
All right.
I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
So what happens is, you hang up Carl with Tony.
We are both going to wake up tied up again.
And Steven takes the phone out of your hand and replaces it with a glass of tequila that's about half full or empty, however you want to look at it. And then goes and hangs up the phone. And as you do you drink or no?
No, I put it off to the side, but I'm gonna like totally like just lay back and like go full relax.
Okay.
Let the tension go out.
So Carl, you put down the glass of tequila, and your hand is sort of shaking slightly, and you hear as you lean back your head on the sofa, just the constant bloop, 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 bloop of the fish tank.
The fish is gonna fuck us.
And you drift out of consciousness. Jack,
Me, huh?
you are in Steven's bed.
Yeah.
Sitting on the edge of the bed. You're very frustrated because you just can't get your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a jumble. And you feel these like other thoughts, other memories pushing your own away.
So I feel my memories.
You feel your memories, and you're like, "Hey, why not? I'm in bed." No, and
Steven's gonna help you with your frustration.
I bet he can.
And you are fighting too hard against these other thoughts pressing in on your consciousness, and you feel yourself slipping away into sleep, and exhaustion just overwhelms you, and you feel yourself, even before you hit the bed, you're tipping over and you're out like a light. But just before you lose complete consciousness, you hear Dan's voice say, "Jack, wake up." Sometime later,
I wake up.
Or not.
Carl, you feel somebody shaking you.
Like by the shoulders or the arms, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Tug.
I look around. What's going on?
Carl, wake up, quick. Somebody's here. We have intruders. I'm going to go warn Jack. Wake up.
I get up and I look around to see what's going on.
All right. And Steven rushes down the hallway to the bedroom, and you can hear him shaking Jack awake. "Jack, wake. It's your cultists. They're here. I hear them downstairs. They're after us." And Jack, you wake up to hear this.
Yes.
I pause and I just reflect. You heard them down.
And
I go
Carl,
to the door.
Carl, while you're you hear Steven waking up Jack, and you walk stumbling towards the front door. Indeed, you hear what sounds like maybe down a floor, through a stairwell, someone yelling and screaming, and you can hear some low voices calling out, and then a short interrupted scream.
Hey, remember when we talked about going outside the building and up? I think we're about to go outside the building and down. Actually, seriously, looking out, is there a fire? I'm trying to remember. I was not specifically looking for it, so I'm trying to go through my memory. Was there a fire escape on the side of this building?
So, yeah. So if you're just searching your memory, you're not sure.
Yeah. We need to get out of here. I kind of rushed back to. Actually, I want to make sure the door's locked.
Okay, it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing else I can do except lock the door, so I'm going to run back and make sure Jack's getting up.
Yeah, Jack is sitting up now, sort of blinking wide-eyed as Steven shakes him.
The crazy guy is not actually. I think they are downstairs. Come.
We got to get out of here. Is there a way out? Steven.
Yes, of course.
Show us. Get out of bed and kind of push him a little to get him moving quickly.
And he moves quickly into the living room, and he's like, all right, I think they have the downstairs sealed off, and they're coming up. So I suggest that we do what all action movies do, and we run across the rooftops. It's nearly dawn now, and I think we can make the harbor by the first light.
Let's do it. How do we get to the roof?
Well, out through the fire escape. You probably noticed that on the way up.
I jump out the window and aim for the bushes.
Follow me. And
follow Steven.
I'm following them too.
And he throws open the window in the living room, and outside is a steel girder fire escape. And it's just a short jump to the rooftop below to the next building.
Nice.
And Can you define short jump?
It's let's say 6 feet. How's that?
Nice.
And in the distance, Carl, you can see not too far distant is the shoreline. And you see just the slight glow of the dawn arriving. Nice. So everything's sort of purple-black with just a little tint of orange.
Just like your bruises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very picturesque.
So you quickly realize that you probably have slept longer than you anticipated or knew. Mm-hmm. And somehow they've caught up with you.
Oh, my.
And Steven, of course, leads the pack. He's actually very sprightly and nimble and jumps out onto the fire escape and leaps onto the building rooftop below and does a somersault and jumps up and says, "Ta-da!"
Theater work.
Come on, gentlemen.
All right, I'm going to are you up for this, Carl Jr.?
If Steven can do it, I'm sure I can.
Don't lose your tomatoes on your way over.
After you, Jack.
No, I'm going to make sure you go first. I'm going to secure this window.
Push.
Yeah, I'll try to jump across.
All right. So, you easily jump across. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But you can tell that probably the travel towards the across the rooftops may be a little bit more dicey. You'll see. But more importantly, as Jack secures the window, he sees through the window 3 female cultists
all wearing ball gags
smash through Steven's front door.
Damn.
Knives blazing. Actually, there is no knives, but what you thought was a knife are actually these spikes on their fists.
Uh-huh.
And the lead assassin sees you through the window and grins, giving chase. And we're now in chase sequence.
Who's Chase?
Up until the sharp pointy things were involved, it's kind of like 3 chicks in row.
Yeah.
I want to go back actually.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
So your map should now be switched to a chase sequence. All right. So and if you will look in your cheat sheets, there's actually a group called cheat sheets. There is a handout called Chase on Foot.
Chase on
foot. So the first thing is each participant needs to make a con roll.
Okay. I conned my roll. I needed a 70. I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Which is a hard success.
Sorry. I needed a 60, and I got a 39, which is a success as well.
Nicely done. And Steven needs to make a roll here. Let me get him going. Steven and his con roll. Boom.
Oh, my.
Boom. He failed his con roll, so he's going to be a little bit less this round.
He's already over there, though.
It doesn't really matter. So this is basically to establish your speed. And so we have Carl and Steven are both at a 7 move right now. Okay?
Okay.
So that means they get 1 move action per round. Jack, you get 2 because you are a little bit faster. You're 8, right? Right. So I'm going to roll now for the cultists. Cultist 1, who is after Carl. And I better open all 3 of these guys just so I got them ready to go. Carl. There we go. Carl. Okay, so we'll do Cultist 3 first. And
this is 3, I'm assuming.
Con roll. Boom. Failed. So they will also be a 7, which means they'll be a 1. So that's kind of nice. Then Cultist 2. Con roll. Bink. Succeeded. So they will be 2. And Cultist 1. Con roll. Boom. Hard success on that one, so it's going to be 2. So what we have currently is Carl has 1 move action per round, as does Steven. One of the cultists chasing Steven essentially has 1 move action. The other 2 have 2 move actions, as does Jack. So we're going to compare the speeds. That's all good. So we have basically a chase going on there, two slots behind you guys. And we need to arrange everybody in dex order.
Okay. I'm a 60.
60 as well.
Yep. And I think Steven is probably a little bit faster than that. Dex is 75.
Wow.
Well, like I said, he's a bit wiry. And the cultists are 45. So basically, we're going to have Steven go first. Okay. So we'll do... I think that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all the cultists go last. So
cool.
In any given turn... let's see here. Got to where are my handouts? Chase on foot. There we go. You can spend 1 move action to move forward 1. If you have extra move actions, like Jack does, you can move 1 location and add a bonus die to basically perform something. 1 location plus bonus die per additional move action. So you can spend a move action. So you can either move 2 or you can move 1 and use the extra move action to gain a bonus die if there's some sort of hazard.
Oh,
and you won't know that until you've already made.
We hit
choice.
An alligator.
Yes,
Got
exactly
it.
right. You can also attack, spend an action to do attack, cast a
Don't
spell,
have anything to attack,
perform some other action requiring time, like pick lock, etc. You can delay your action until another character acts if you like. And you cannot push any of these rolls. And if you encounter a hazard, then we'll get to that afterwards.
Okay. I do have a question.
Yep.
Stuff that's listed in my backstory, do I have access to that?
You tell me.
I would think as Jack I do, but as Dan I would not. Did you pick up
something? You're asking about possessions, right?
I'm asking about tomes, spells, and artifacts.
Okay. So did basically
Jack has something in his arsenal?
Then I would say yes.
Okay, but if it was Dan's, I would agree that it would be a no.
Well,
because I wouldn't be familiar with that.
Your current character sheet is a blend.
Right.
So whatever you see there is you.
Okay. So I need to look closer, yeah.
All right. So Steven is first. And he has basically 2 actions. 1, 2. So we've got, let's see, that's a 2 for her. You're 2, because I moved you guys, or he actually failed. So he's only got 1 move action. So he's going to go ahead and move ahead 1. And next up would be Jack.
I am going to, I need to look something up.
You have 2 move actions.
Correct. I'm going to move forward 1, and then I just need to look if that's okay. I'm not sure what this does.
Tell me and I'll tell you.
Silence.
A silence spell?
Yeah.
Basically, it just prevents noise.
Okay. So it won't disorient or anything?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to... I'm just going to do the double move then.
All right. Boom. And Carl. You have 1 move action.
Yep, following Steven.
Okay.
Move back towards the cultists.
Got it.
Hey, guys.
All right. So this cultist is going to move up 2, catching almost up to Steven. And this one's going to move up 2, catching almost up to Jack. And this one's going to move up 1.
Boop.
Next round. Steven's going to move ahead 1. Jack?
Do we do a con roll each time or just that one time?
Just that one to start.
Yeah. I'm going to move ahead 1 and look around for a weapon because I have nothing to fight with.
Okay.
Anything on the roof, like if someone left a broom or a hammer or anything, like a worker, you know what I mean?
Yep, I gotcha.
So as my second action. So I'll move forward 1 and use my second action to look around.
Okay. So
to find something.
You have actually encountered the first
Of course,
hazard.
It's an alligator.
So the clay tiles on the rooftop begin to slide off into the alleyway below.
Nice. I'm going to use those as a weapon.
I'm going to need you to jump.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Actual jump?
Actual jump. Straight up jump. Might as well.
Yeah, that's my look. I needed a 20. I rolled a 46.
You failed. Go ahead and roll D3.
No beatboxing, please. I don't have a D3 that I can roll.
You can make it up. Use your advanced dice roller.
That's what I have. There's no D3.
On the left side?
Yep, there's no D3.
Go
it's a D4 and D68. Go to advanced.
On the character sheet, there's on the dice rolls, there's a D3.
Yep.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Right above the skills.
Why don't I see it?
Just,
Investigator skills?
Yeah, now scroll up just ever so slightly, and you'll see all the dice rolls there.
Yeah, it doesn't have a D3, though.
Yeah, on the far left hand, top left.
I must be missing it.
Let me see.
Where it says damage bonus, not damage bonus.
Jack and Ben.
No,
character
that's
sheet.
too far. It's a long bar across the top.
He doesn't have
skill.
it. Hang on a sec. I'll turn it on.
Oh,
Common dice rolls. There you go.
Now I have it.
It got turned off somehow.
I got a 3.
All right. So you will lose 3 move actions.
ooh.
You do move forward 1. And so you look around and don't
I'm
find...
just going to go down with the tiles and call it good.
Yeah. You don't find anything. So that's 1 move action that you lost. We want to let you roll for that.
Falling.
Falling over.
This was fun.
And next up is going to be Carl.
Just out of curiosity, just so I can visually also see this, the assassin basically underneath Jack is that physically are they still behind me or?
Yes.
Okay, so
This
they're
one
not
is
like
attacking
within
me, not you.
They're
right?
catching up to you, and as soon as they hit the same location as you, the same line, the same dot that you see on the left side, then it's going to be fight.
Then I'll go right ahead to the next.
Yeah. All right.
Step to the right.
All right.
And then let's go past you.
And this guy moves ahead 2. And next round we'll probably try to attack. And this guy is
Look
going to
at
move
the smirk on Jeremy's face.
This guy is lagging behind. And next round, Steven is going to attempt to navigate the clay rooftop.
It's hard enough without having obstacles.
He needs a jump. He failed his jump. He needed a 40. He rolled an 86. So he will lose D3 move actions. And let me turn on common dice rolls. Why is he? All right, there we go. D3. Boom. He's going to lose 1 action. So he will actually move ahead, and that's as far as he can go, and he's actually square. Jack, you still have 2 move actions that you're going to lose.
Okay, so I can only move
so
1.
you're done this round.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You can't move at all.
Yeah.
And Carl.
Yeah, I'm going to keep moving up.
All right, go ahead and roll me some jump, some sweet, sweet jump.
Nobody puts money into or points into jump.
Do I have 52 points of luck? No. Okay. So I needed a 20. I got a 72.
Roll D3, please.
Where's the D3? No, teasing.
Oh, shit. We've been down this road.
Yeah, you had it working. Nobody else did.
All right. So you're going to lose 1 move action. And it is the cultist's turn. And this cultist needs to make a jump. Cultist 1. And you might as well jump. Needed a 20, rolled a 57.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I'm
a
on 3.
failure. We're going to do modern. We're going to do common dice rolls. Boom. And we're going to roll a D3. Oh, going to lose 3 actions. So we're going to go... I'm actually going to keep a little notepad here because things are getting complicated. So 1, it loses 3 actions. Then we've got... But they still get to move ahead.
Right, because they made it to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that still counts. And then cultist number 2.
Come on, die.
Come on, now touch me, baby.
If it's an epic fail, do they just fall?
Oops, not
to their death?
Common rolls. Ooh, yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. But yeah, why not?
I like it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you didn't roll the jump yet.
Jump first. Boink. Needed a 20, rolled a 47. That's a fail. And is also going to lose 3 actions.
So we're all just standing side by side, waiting for the next turn, looking at each other.
Right? Exactly right.
Cultists are like, oh.
But they get to move forward, and so
Arms
now they're
spinning.
neck and neck.
Edge of the rooftop.
Oh, you should push them off.
I honestly thought about hitting one of them that was coming up behind you.
They're off balance.
Yep, fighting is actually an
Option.
option if you get that
Nothing to fight with.
opportunity.
But my fisticles.
And we're going to go back to Cultist 3, who is catching up with Carl. Needed a 20, rolled a 48. That's a fail.
Well, he's not there yet, though, is he?
Common dice rolls.
Oh yeah, he's
not caught up to that spot yet, is he, Jeremy?
Yep. Or I guess he's not actually, is he?
No, yeah, he's not quite there
Yeah,
yet.
you're right. So boom, he can only go right there. He doesn't have to do anything right at this point. Boom. Okay, next round. Steven. I'm trying to remember, did Steven actually miss his thing or no?
He
missed
did, and he
it, but I
lost
think he only
one
rolled
turn.
a 1. Yeah.
One turn.
Yep.
Okay, so he still has 1. So right now he has to stay there. And he can't do anything. So
Right.
cultist number 1 actually loses 3 turns, but he gets 2, so he's only got 1 left to lose. 1 life to live. And number 2, well, actually, it's Jack's turn first.
Yep. And I have 1 that I lost, so I can move 1.
That's correct.
That makes
one,
me even.
You have 1 action right now.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you have 1 action to do, so you can either move ahead
Right.
or
Push
you
one
can
off the
fight.
Right. And what would I roll to fight?
You're gonna do it. It's an actual
Brawl?
fight.
Brawl.
Yep.
An actual brawl. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at
But you tell me who you're fighting against.
I'm not. I'm just looking to see what I would have to roll for that. I will be moving forward.
Okay.
So my fighting brawl is 25.
All right. So Jack's running for the hills,
Yep.
and Carl.
Um,
And I
I'm
think
actually going to use. Oh no, I lost 1. So
Yeah,
I
so
think this
he's
time.
you have to stay
stagnant.
there. Okay, got
Yep.
it. Got it. Okay. Then we're on to the cultists. This guy is going to he's got 1 left to lose.
Yep.
This guy, number 2, he also lost 2, and he has
3.
2. So he has
3. He
1.
lost 3, right?
Yep. So he has 1 left to wait out. This guy didn't lose any, so he can
Not yet.
actually go. Yeah, right. And he can only move 1, so there he is.
And that's where he has to roll now.
No, not until he moves ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's right behind, essentially.
Got ya. Then he'll have to make his save.
Yeah. You actually the hazard occurs between moves. So
Oh, okay. Got ya.
yeah,
Got
it's
ya.
a weird thing. So then we're at the top of the round. I now have Crumpet with nothing. All right, basically, he can just move ahead.
Correct. Or he can fight.
Or he can fight. And he's actually going to take a swing and try to push
Nice.
that cultist 1 and see if he can do that. So we're going to boom, boom, boom. So he's going to fight. And let's go back to the skills. He takes a swing at the cultist and needed a 25 and rolled a 65. So that is a miss. The cultist is actually going to fight back. And boom, boom, boom.
Now we get to see their
Needed
stats.
a 25 and rolled a 25. So Steven takes 3 points of submission damage.
Oh, he's into that.
Why, yes, I am.
That's why he drugged you last night.
He's down to 7 of 10 hit points.
7 of 9. Oh,
And does that? Yeah, actually, okay, that's fine. Then we are on to cultist number 2, I
Not
believe.
No, it's Jack.
It's
Because
Jack.
that was Steven.
Oh, that's right,
and then
Steven.
it's Jack.
So Steven actually he only has 1, so that's it. Yep, Jack,
right.
you're good.
So
you got
well,
2.
actually,
You got 2.
that was his fight back, so that was his turn, correct? The cultists? the fight back was.
It's not.
No,
It's
you
not a
always
move
get
action.
the fight back.
Nope.
No, I was just asking for the previous battle to make sure we're
That's correct.
following the timeline. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to I'm on another roof now, I'm assuming, since we had to jump.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to move forward 1
Okay.
and again look and see if I can find something to fight with.
Okay. So that was 1 action. Then you're going to spend 1 action spot hitting.
Spot hitting.
Right? Hit that spot.
I needed a 77. I rolled a 15. That's extreme.
All right.
I found a chainsaw.
A chainsaw. An extreme chainsaw.
AK-47.
No,
So yeah, you absolutely do find a spade.
Uzi.
So someone has been
Nice.
doing some gardening up on one of the rooftops, and you find a long-handled spade. It's basically a shovel.
Nice. Okay, good. That's my action.
Carl?
So,
I'm actually going to try to hit the guy that's right here with me with my asp.
Okay.
with your ass?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and
It's deadly.
fire away, baby.
Gotcha.
Oh. Now I need a 30. I got a 76.
Nice. So
Silent but deadly.
cultist number 2 is actually going to fight back and try to punch you.
And fail.
Needed
Damn
a
it.
25 and rolled a 23.
Cheater.
You take 2 hit points of submission damage.
Put the ball game.
It's almost like she knew exactly where you were hurt and punched you right in that shoulder, right in the wound.
deep in your wound.
And
Baby, I'm not into tough love.
tough
Can we
love,
just talk
baby.
about this?
So you have 10 of 12 now, and we'll see what happens there. All right, that is your one action. Cultist turn now. This one loses 1, but then has 1 action. Going to try to punch Steven again. Cultist 1 takes a swing. Needed a 25, rolled a 36. Steven's going to attempt to fight back.
Steven, push him down.
Needed 25, rolled a 36. It's a fail. And the cultist actually has 2 actions, so she's going to take another swing. Cultist 1.
Actually, didn't she still have only 1 that turn?
You're correct. I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. So her slate is now wiped clean. Thank you.
Yep. And the second one only has 1 as well.
Yep, that's right. And so the one is wiped clean, and then we'll attempt to submit Carl.
Or Chase Jack. I'm just saying.
Or Chase Jack. But, yeah, no, it's there.
Is she a redhead? Oh, she can fight me.
One. She's got 1. Actually, I kind of like that. Yeah. Let's go after Jack. So, boom. Moves 1. And finally, cultist number...
So Jack, when she jumps, it's Baseball Man. You should be good at this.
Baseball Man. That's the worst superhero ever.
Baseball Man.
And so they need... Cultist number 3 needs to make a jump roll to get across the
Finally.
tile. Needed 20, rolled a 68, failed, and is penalized
And
3.
Yes.
So number 3 has 3 move actions penalized. All right, new round. Steven is like, and moves ahead 1. Can see the end in sight. Jack.
Nice. I'm a little worried about Carl.
I'm going to follow.
Carl's a follower. He's the leader. Come on.
Or you could just use your 2 and come on, you're the FBI guy. You're supposed to be saving the world here.
I know.
Trip Steven. Let them
I'm gonna
get him.
I'll back up one, and I'll hit the one guy, back up another, and knock out the third guy, and then I'll swing around to the.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm coming, you bastards.
Is it turning into a Wick movie?
So once I get to the end, I'm done. I have no more moves. I can't come back into play. Correct?
You can do whatever you like, my friend.
Okay, then I'm going to move to the green circle and be like, I'm first. Firsties.
All right. Well, unfortunately, there's another hazard
Of
on
course,
the way
it's
to
another crocodile.
that thing. The next rooftop is higher up. So as you're approaching the shoreline, I'm going to need a climb from you.
Give me a boost. Push on my caboose.
Give me a boost. Give me a boost. Break
Put
me off
your
a
hands
piece
on my
of
ass and push
white-sized
hard.
legs.
Hey, I need a 20. I got a 63. I fall in between the buildings and snap
Roll
all
D3,
of my bones.
You got to avoid those pigeon spikes on the top when you jump up.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's what keeps me holding. I'm like, ah! I got a 2.
All right, you're penalized 2 move actions. So
Penis by
you are pretty much
penalized.
done right there.
penal.
And actually, you'll have one. Well, you move ahead no matter what. So you have basically 2 move actions penalized. So, yeah.
So I'm stuck at green.
You're done
right?
right there. You're done right there. Nope,
Okay.
you're done.
Okay.
So and you had 1 extra move action, so you have 1 deficit going forward. Okay?
Got it.
Now it's Carl's turn.
Moving forward.
Dun, 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 dun.
Watch out there.
All right, cultist turn.
And I'm wondering why Jack decided to go up a wall instead of like someplace easy. You're in the lead, man. You're the one that's leading this chase.
It's the only way
The
to
keeper
go.
made me do it. I'm
the only
hanging
way.
You had to
on.
pick the hard
keeper
way.
made me do it.
Cultist moves forward and. Dun, dun,
Death to all.
dun, dun. And
You should roll a dice to determine what you do.
Actually, moves 2.
Avon, death.
This
Avon,
one
death,
also
calling.
moves 2. Needs to roll a climb roll to get to where your Jack is.
Me off.
Cultist 2 rolls a climb. Needed a 20, rolled an 82, failed.
That's
penalized 1.
good. Penal.
So cultist number 2 is penalized 1.
I'm getting kidnapped again. I just see it.
I have to
Cultist
check this.
number 3 is actually penalized 3.
Okay.
So now he's only penalized 1. She's only
Yep.
penalized 1, sorry. And we're at the top of the round. Steven is going to move forward 1.
Steven should go back to his apartment.
Right? Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's been splendid.
He's just caught up in the fun at this point.
Yeah.
Jack, you are penalized 1.
So I can move 1
Yep.
and complete the mission.
All right. You've attained the green.
I'm
And
the wiener.
Carl.
Moving up.
Moving on up.
And then we have cultists. This cultist can attack with 2 motions since now Jack is out of bounds. And will attack cultist number 1, attack Steven.
Oh my.
Needed a 25, rolled a 23, does 2 points of damage.
How are your rolls so good?
Because he's the keeper.
Oh, that's
he has
right.
the little cheat box over
He's
there.
rolling a
cheat box.
25-sided dice.
Okay, so that takes him down to 5.
Funky Town.
5. So he has 5 of 10. Now I'm trying to remember what is the for damage. I believe
Damage.
Just unarmed D3.
character takes from a single wound. Okay. Okay, it's got to be damage is equal to from a single wound. Damage is more than maximum. Okay, we're good.
Cool.
Oh, for like
So-
a major wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, is he going to be unconscious here? But we've got a ways to go. They're not doing that much damage to inflict a single wound to create the unconsciousness. So we're on to cultist number 2, who is penalized 1 action. So can basically just wait it out there.
Just going.
Oh, Carl.
She could come back this way.
She wants to, like, just, wait it out for you.
I see.
Cultist number 3 is penalized 2 actions, so 1 left to go next round. We're at the top of the round, and Steven is going to be like, I can make that, and tries to climb up.
I like that he announces it.
Here
hey, cultist!
I
can make it. Nice.
Needed a 20, rolled a 5 hard, easily scrambles up.
Nice.
Without any penalty whatsoever. Maybe due to fear mostly, but
yeah.
Or the blue pill's working.
Adrenaline.
The
pills are working.
And Carl.
I'm going to move forward as well.
All right, you can see the end in sight. You can see Jack up on the wall, as well as Steven, both like lending their hands down. Come on, come on, come on. But unfortunately, the cultists are swarming you.
And I rolled my climb, needed 20 and only got a 30, so I failed.
Roll D3, please.
1. Damn.
2.
All right, Carl, you are penalized 2 move actions. And we are at the cultists. Cultist number 1 tries to scramble up the wall after Steven with their 2.
Carl.
And they need a climb. Needed a 20, rolled a 30. That looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And is penalized 2 as well.
That looks very
familiar. So cultist number 1 is penalized 2 rounds. That's Carl. Sorry about that. And 1 is 2. Okay. Cultist number 2 is not penalized anything because they just sort of waited it out, and is going to attempt to strike Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl. What's up, buddy? I'm going to poke you in the eye. Needed a 25, rolled a 48. Carl, what would you like to do?
I'm actually going to play ignorance for a second. I can actually do dodge instead just to... Well, she already missed, right?
Yeah, she already missed. So it's kind of like fight back or... But a dodge, I'll tell you what, if you roll a hard dodge, if you want to go that route, I'll give you the extra space to run up. Does that make sense? You move to a new location.
Sure.
But that's up to you. You can either fight back or
no,
you can
I would
dodge.
rather dodge.
But you need a hard.
I'm all about dodging. I need a hard. Nope, that's not going to work. So I needed a 75. I need a 75, roll to 76.
Yep. So you can either push that roll or spend the luck.
Spend the luck.
But to spend it too hard, you would need to spend like 40.
Yeah.
So you can push it, but something terrible will happen if you miss
If you
that.
fail when you push it,
Or
it's
you can just
really
write it out and probably get a deficit. And actually, you know what, Carl, you were deficited 2 actions.
But this is in response to her attack.
That's true.
Right.
Yep. So basically, I think we're in a standstill. Nothing happens right now.
Okay,
that's it. Nothing.
That'll work.
Okay. So we'll just make it easy on that one. And then cultist number 3 finally wipes their deficit away, and it says, "Next round, I'm coming up to get you."
Next round,
motherfucker.
There's a referee. No swearing.
Top of the round, Steven leaps next to Jack and starts cheering on Carl. Carl, your turn.
Oh, Carl, they don't know how to climb.
Going to. Damn, how many?
And you have
this
two
is my
deficits.
second. Yeah.
So you have 1 left to lose. Cultist 1 was already in a delay, or they lost action, so they can't do anything. They have one left to lose, as you do as well. Cultist number 2 is going to swing at you. They're not in any sort of deficit. So cultist number 2 is going to take a swing.
No.
Needed a 25, rolled a 54. Your option to do what you want.
Might as well swing back since it's basically a free attack.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I need a 30. I roll a 34. I'm going to spend the 4 luck points.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So cultist 2 takes 2 damage.
And I'm down to 38 luck.
All right. And they're down to 8 of 10 hit points.
I have 13 luck.
Nice. So cultist number 3 is able to move ahead. 1 finally.
I'm coming for you.
And we're at the top of the round. So it's Carl, it's you, baby. You have 1 left to lose, so that wipes you clean.
Yep.
And we are now at cultist number 1, who is now wiped clean, doesn't do anything. And cultist number 2 is like, you bastard.
Telling my mom.
Baby, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
And takes a swing at you. Needed 25, rolled an 84. And up to you what you want to do.
I'll swing back because it's she's left herself open. Tuh. I needed a 30. I rolled 100.
Oh boy. Okay. So you take a swing. She blocks it with her fist, and those spikes wrench the asp out of your hand, and it goes clattering into the alleyway below.
You just lost your ass.
Yes. Always trying to lose my ass, but that's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it.
Yep.
And
that was my favorite asp.
Oh, no, not that one. It was signed by, I don't know who it would be signed by. It was your dad's asp. How's
Me.
that? Ooh, fuck. That'd be rough. All right, so that is your fight back, right?
Yep.
Boom.
So I get my movement now.
Yeah. So you were actually that wiped out.
Should have been my second one.
Well, that was your fight back against Cultist 2. So
right.
Cultist 3 actually gets to move up.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And now it's your turn.
Move.
Boom.
Move forward.
All right. So Brian's back, and we'll go ahead and conclude
Thanks, Jack.
this.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. Sorry, I've had to go to the bathroom for like 40 minutes.
Me too, but you don't see me crying.
It's below the camera. You could just
go.
Go.
This is the nude show, right? We're going to take off
I
our
shouldn't have had
shirts.
3 beers.
All right. So
come on, some hands don't use. I'm just saying.
Hands free, baby.
Get the garbage can out and let her fly.
Actually, one of my favorite jokes was ruined. But anyways, so at the very last second, Carl leaps up, and Jack and Steven grasp his hands and pull him up out of the cultist's path.
Nice.
Hey, Jack, could you go back and get my ass for me?
Oh, I got your ass.
But as they pull Carl up onto the other rooftop, they realize too late in their haste that this higher rooftop is slanted, and they all fall backwards and begin to slide off the rooftop. And they go over the edge, tumbling, and land.
They do or we do?
All 3 of you.
Oh, shit.
And land on a canopy above a storefront just as the sun crests the horizon, and you roll, blanketed, thankfully, from any damage, onto a fruit cart that the vendor had just put out in front of his store. And you hear this Portuguese curse which you understand all too well, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
And amid oranges and lemons
He likes us.
and pineapples and whatever, I don't know what fruits there.
Pineapple.
Steven's at home.
And you all tumble into the street amidst this spilled fruit just as sunlight breaks the horizon. And you hear a siren cut the air. It sounds way too strident to be a simple waking call or greeting to a ship. It sounds like a warning siren, and it's coming from the docks.
Oh, shit.
How far away from the docks are we?
You can see they're just like a few 100 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was a couple miles or...
What on earth is that?
What the hell?
I don't know. We need to get down there now.
With all due haste, lead the way, Jack.
Following Jack.
And don't worry, I will... Let me think of the words here. I will delay our pursuers. And you see him turn around as you guys race away, and he drops his pants as the cultists look over the rooftop, and he starts swinging his dick around, and he says, I once performed this maneuver as James Bond on the silver screen. Do you prefer it shaken? And he flops it up and down.
Oh, God.
Or stirred? And he helicopters it. And you see this look of shock and amazement come over the cultist's face. And he says, calls out to you as you're running away. He says, that works every time. But in truth, the flick was softcore porn in the 70s titled The Heimlich Maneuver, where I played James Bondage. And yes, I played him to the hilt. And then you guys are running towards the shoreline.
As we're running, you have the oddest friends.
It's not my friend. He's not my friend.
I think he was last night.
I don't think he was at all.
I can still hear you.
I'm munching on a tangerine. And a pineapple.
And as you guys run buddy cop style towards the slow-mo,
Yeah.
hopefully, yes.
Explosions behind us.
The light catches glints off the docks.
We're screwed.
And the central sort of, it's not really a lighthouse, but it's sort of a, what would you call that? A sort of like...
House with light on it?
Yes, a house with, it's not a lighthouse.
No, like a harbor master building.
Well, it's not even a building. It's just sort of a beacon. There's a beacon at the end of the dock that runs out onto a very skinny jetty.
Yeah.
And it's just simply meant to prevent any incoming ships from hitting the shoreline. So the jetty runs out several hundred feet, several hundred yards, actually. And at the end is a tall beacon, and the sunlight glints off the tip of this metal and glass structure.
Just the tip?
Just the tip, baby. Nice. Thank you. And you stop in amazement as you see on the left side of the beacon is a ship coming in. Very, very close now. Just arriving. And it's a pristine rescue ship. And you can see there's people up on the deck looking over.
It's the rescue ship I called, right?
Exactly. And more importantly, Jack, you see yourself and Declan waving down at you.
Nice.
And
at this
Carl,
point, you. Oh, sorry.
on the right side of the beacon, you see something completely different. You see the same ship, except it is rusty and worn, and behind it is a cloud of blackness, which is lit with sheet lightning. And on the deck of this ship, you see a host of undead creatures staring down hungrily, as well as humanoid figures, 2 humanoid figures, as a matter of fact, that are completely made of bubbling black goo.
I'm barely going to pause for 1 second, and I have to snap a shot of it. I am a reporter first.
Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft tapes.
But Jack, this is going to be your perfect opportunity to do the one thing that people dream of. It's just going to be masturbation if you want to make out with yourself. Just saying.
Nice.
It's not actually gay sex. It's just you're just self-love.
I knew
self-love.
I knew it.
So
sorry,
nice.
Dan. It's spotty.
That's right. It's got to happen. Don't resist. All right. Any thoughts, theories?
You're
on
the
what's
stranger.
going on?
Oh my God. Well, I thought I kind of had it figured out until that.
Oh yeah, I've no idea how to stop this at this point. I was really hoping to find a boat to stop this in the water, but
Am I Black Icker too? I don't wanna be.
You're
Or
Black
3.
Acre 3. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I could be because the other 2 were on the boat.
and don't worry, I'm going to let you go on that boat, and I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Run away! Run away!
All right, guys. Well, it's time for some hashtag recommendo, so please roll D100.
93.
All right.
I rolled an 11.
Nice. This one goes to 11. All right,
Glide
Bri,
nice.
start us off, buddy.
All right, I am going to recommend The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. That's the new Netflix
Did you recommend that one already?
No, I just talked about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we just talked about it.
And
last
in
Bri, just a quick note. Don't hit your desk.
Sorry, my phone was on my paper,
Okay.
so I had to move it over. But I will hit my desk if I want to.
Please don't. Not where you're talking anyway, so I don't care. Otherwise.
Okay. So, of course, growing up in that era, The Dark Crystal, when the movie came out with the puppets and everything like that, Jim Henson, huge fan, younger person. They had, in my eyes, a lot to live up to for this production. And initially, from what I read, when they decided they wanted to do this as not necessarily with Netflix, but just to produce a show, a prequel to the movie, they were looking at doing computer generated, some animation. And I was like, it's just not going to work. It's like, you don't want to have a cartoon or, CGI or anything like that. So stop it. So I was pleasantly surprised when they announced that Netflix picked them up, and Netflix all original and use Jim Henson's puppetry, and all of the family decided to be involved with the program or with the process. And some of the original people on the Dark Crystal that work with Jim signed up to be designers and on the show along with everybody else. I restricted myself and I usually put the ball gag in and just watch it all in one sitting, crying. But I made myself only do like one episode every 1 or 2, 3 days. And I just finished it this weekend. And it was extremely well done. I am very impressed. And it took me back every episode told the story, and it felt like you were back in the movie, and every character had emotion. I still don't know how they can do that with puppets. But I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of the original movie, The Dark Crystal, you will not be disappointed, and I think you'll actually be impressed. And if you get a chance, look up and see the actors that are tied into this movie for voice work. It's very impressive, the amount of people that The Dark Crystal and Jim Henson and the Muppets and everything touched in their lives when they were young, to be able to come full circle and be part of this program. You can feel the passion in their acting and in their voice work. So highly recommend The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance on Netflix.
I've been actually really looking forward to seeing that, and I've been dreading watching it because I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, I was in the same boat, and I watched that first episode wincing almost until about halfway through. And then I was back in the world. No, not having a seizure. I was wincing.
Nice.
No drugs involved?
No, well, with him, yes.
Oh. Lots of drugs. So did you go back and watch Dark Crystal beforehand?
I had watched it actually less than a year ago. Liz, a couple friends had not ever seen it, so we're doing retro movie night like once a month, and I'm showing them movies from my childhood, which is retro now. Retro, yay, baby. And that was one of them that they had not seen, and they absolutely loved it. Cool. So neither of them have actually watched the Netflix either. They were kind of also waiting after having such a good experience with the movie.
Sweet. Cool.
Now I can endorse it.
In a way, I'm very jealous of your... I can't imagine going back and watching it for the first time again.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I've watched it, I don't even know how many times, but yeah, I'm always introducing it to people that have never seen it, and kind of wish I could go back one time and just see it again.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to introduce a whole new group of people to the movies that really, honestly, made what the movies are today.
Yep.
Nice. All right, thanks, Bri. My recommendo for tonight is a movie from 1982 called Liquid Sky.
Liquid Sky.
Directed by Slava Sukerman. Worst superhero ever. Starring Anne Carlisle, and that's all you need to know. There's lots of other people in this, but it doesn't matter. This is the only one that actually matters. If you looked up the definition of batshit in the dictionary, there is probably a still from this movie. The plot, if you can call it that, concerns a dinner plate-sized flying saucer parking atop a New York City penthouse where the tiny alien inside psychically feeds off the chemical reaction that occurs inside the human brain when the person is either shooting up heroin or having an orgasm. Because they're the same thing, really.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. If you shoot heroin, you're cool. If you have an orgasm, a crystal shard that's about 8 inches long juts out of your head, and or you disappear in a cloud of mercury.
Holy crap.
So drugs are good.
Yes. You have to have drugs to watch this, honestly. The nonsensical, barely connected events include a German astrophysicist trying to study the alien, a horny Jewish well-to-do lady who evidently gets turned on by witnessing wholesale acts of murder, random acts of rape, terrible, terrible new wave music, necrophilia, terrible, terrible new wave fashion design, awful beatbox scat poetry, and an amazing performance by Anne Carlisle, who plays dual roles, one guy, one girl, in the same scene. In fact, Carlisle is the only reason to watch this because her on-screen presence is mesmerizing, and her monologue in the dark while painting her face with neon glow-in-the-dark paint is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen on film.
Huh.
The whole thing lasts about 2 hours, and most of the running time is excruciating.
Wow.
But at some point, It transcends trash mediocrity and becomes a haunting memory of dirty NYC in the days before gentrification sanitized Manhattan and before terrorists destroyed the Twin Towers, a beautiful shot of which highlights the amazing cityscape cinematography. So that's Liquid Sky. It's currently on Shudder. You have to have a strong fortitude and constitution and patience beyond measure, which I have. Within the first 15 minutes, I was contemplating turning it off. But I am a masochist too, and I don't feel it is proper to ever say anything positive or negative about a movie unless you've seen every single second of it. And so I toughed it out for another 20 minutes, and I'm glad I did because ultimately I enjoyed it. And it's a pleasure pain kind of thing. But really, it is something to behold. And I can't recommend it to everybody. That I could recommend this to probably about 3% of the population, if that.
This actually told everybody a lot about you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought hopefully anybody who knows me already knows all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a movie buff. But so anyways, that's Liquid Sky. Check it out. And Zach, you can finish this up.
Well, since everybody talked about things on TV or in the movies, I changed what I was going to originally recommend because actually that's really blasé anyways. Everybody's probably seen it by the time we aired this. But I would like to recommend one of my favorite book series of all times. If I'm sure most of your fans have read the Dresden series. Harry Dresden, written by Jim Butcher, 15 novels plus a bunch of different tie-ins in other books and short story collections. Outstanding series, which fits well with the Call of Cthulhu. The main character is a PI and consulting wizard in Chicago, the only wizard listed in the phone book as it is. The cool thing is, for anybody that has not read it, the first time I heard of the series, somebody's like, yeah, it's a wizard in Chicago. And I was like, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But actually finally sitting down and reading the first book, they take it as a very scientific way of casting magic. It's all about energy. People don't believe in magic. He works with the police. They don't believe in anything that he does. They just think that he's very smart and figures things out that they just don't know about. So I love that he is a wizard. He does deal with magical items, magical beings, magical spells. Nobody outside those circles has any respect for what he does, but the overarching storyline involves everything from ghouls to the real horrible evil elves that are out there to Santa Claus isn't it? We have things beyond the outer limits of reality, which is very Cthulhu-esque. Actually, some things actually have tentacles from that side. I wonder where he gets the influence from. So it's very good. And out of the 15 books, they are all standalone PI noir type stories. It's usually a damsel in distress or somebody needs help. He's the PI. He goes and helps them. And the nice thing is he is like the worst hero ever. He gets the crap kicked out of him in every book. He almost dies or does die or breaks things. He never comes through unscathed. He never does things perfectly. He makes bad decisions like every normal human being does. So it's very well written. That it's a real person making poor decisions based on knowledge that they have, but the overarching storyline is still continuing. So he's started a story back in 2000 with the first book. 15 books, the story's only getting better and bigger and more powerful and more world resounding. And he says, I think I tried to look it up real quick. When he first started the series, I think he was talking about doing a 24 book run. To wrap up the whole thing, but he plans to have an end to the storyline. So it's an awesome set. And he's actually written a couple books that are other characters within the world from their perspectives, because the whole book series is from Harry Dresden's perspective, but he has one from his apprentice, spoiler, I guess, perspective. He has one from another character. Jim Butcher really stretches himself after the first book or two when he really finds his niche and does a really good job writing different people different ways. So just want to throw that out there for go get through the first book. It's his first book that got published. It's not the best, but it only gets better from there.
And
So that's my recommendo. The first book is Stormfront, and very, very good book. I will say, for those that have seen it, there was a 1-season TV show that Sci-Fi did based on the series. Very badly done. Great cast. They had what's his name? Black something that played Dresden. Did a really good job, but the series was really bad. It's hard to condense an entire novel into a 30-minute episode, which is what they kept doing. So you can't really tell good shows. That should have been like one book for a whole season, would have been way better. But it got canceled after the first season. If that's what you were exposed to, ignore that and go to the books and read the books. And there's even comic books too, which actually are well written, and they're written by Jim Butcher as well.
Nice.
So that's my recommendo.
Cool. So at any time during that series, does anybody say, "You're a wizard, Harry"?
Actually, I kid you not, a lot of the cops give him grief throughout every time they go talk to him because they don't believe, and he's like, "Oh, well, you do another magic show, and how do you get to Hogwarts?" And yes, every like Harry Potter reference is in there. But the cool thing is just put his last name is Dresden, but he's Harry based on Harry Houdini, and the rest of his names, his middle names, are all based on famous stage magicians. And he's not implying that they knew magic, but his father was a stage magician. He's learned some of the stage magic, palming things like that. But lo and behold, his mom was an actual wizard, so he actually has real power.
That's cool.
And he has that whole Harry Potter curse too. He's a half wizard, half human, which makes him an outcast. It actually starts out really cool because he's already in shit with the whole law enforcement of the world because he killed his uncle with black magic, which is a big no-no. You usually get automatically killed for that. So even from the first page of the first book, he starts out with everybody's watching him to make one mistake so they can kill him.
Nice.
So he has to be very careful. There's not like walking around the streets tossing fireballs. It does occur later on, and actually he even does ride a undead T-Rex through the streets of Chicago.
As one will do.
Yes. I mean, if you have a chance, you might as well. But very cool.
Magic missile.
Actually, the funny thing is, in the books, he actually plays a version of D&D with some of the other characters, and they try to talk him into playing a wizard, and he's like, "No, that's so dumb." He finally sits down and agrees to play only if he can play the dumbest character there is. So he plays a barbarian with like an intelligence of like 4. Grunk Smash. That's what he wants to play because he does magic in the real world.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you, Zach. That sounds awesome. We'll check that out. But unfortunately, that's going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time.
Or
you
fake time.
Find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
Find me on Twitter at Brian Podcasts.
And you can't find her, but you can get me here on Discord. And if you ever say nice things about the guest star, that'd be really nice. Maybe somebody likes me out there, but I can't match these guys. But I can be found on Discord if anybody's really looking for me.
We like you.
I like you guys too, and I would hug if I could.
As a friend.
But you can't.
Damn.
Emotionally, you can't hug. So
I'll let Steven do it.
There you go. Until next time, roll for Sophie.
Oh, blah, blah,
Poor
blah.
Sophie. I wonder what happened to her.
She's drunk.